is, sometimes God proves a point to us.
Yeah.
I am God, and besides me, there's no other. I studied the other day, overseer, and I got to thinking, and I really want to preach that. Amen. I'm thinking, we look at motors in cars, and we have to repair them ever so often. We look at gas in the tank, we have to fill them up ever so often. But how many know that the moon and the sun have been in the elements, and nobody goes up to service them? Am I making sense today? Nobody, overseer. I don't know a truck, I don't know a plane that have went up and serviced the sun. There is no oil even on the earth that have, and the earth revolves and goes around and around and around. The bearings is not burned out. They don't, nobody have to service the earth because God has got it all in control. How many know that the waters here, amen, does not get but a certain height because God speaks to the water and tell them don't go that high. Because he said, I will not destroy the earth by water anymore. I will allow water to come and take out areas, but not the world. He said, and then fires come, but God ain't ready to turn the whole earth loose with fire. What a mighty God we serve. I have not learned and found out that nobody serviced the moon. When I look up at the moon, I don't see a truck up there. Come on now. Doing repair. Now in schools, I look around and I see the bus and I see a mechanic. And the bus have to go there and they have to charge up the air conditioning. They have to work on the heating system, and they have to change the oil, but nobody have ever said no time that the earth have to be repaired. That's right. He don't have to shut it down over to you to do repair. Some things have to be shut down to get repairs done. And the earth is studied revolving every day. What a mighty God we serve. I looked and I told her, I woke up this morning early and I'm listening to that lawnmower running and amen. And we gotten to the place that we are taking this thing lightly. Do you not know this virus is no ways over? No. Do you take time now to eat it now? Y'all still ain't listening to me. We got to learn how to discipline our body.
Amen.
Overseer, if we don't, we won't make it. If you cannot do it with your fleshly body, you will not discipline your spirit. You got to tell yourself, get up. Get out. Put your shoes up. Enough of you devil wrestling with me. You got to be the one telling. I ain't going to be in this all the time. How many know you got to tell yourself, I'm not going to be down all the time?
That's right.
I'm going to get up. I'm going to start doing better. Things are going to fall in place. I'm not going to be broke all the time. I'm not going to be without all the time. I'm not going to be by myself all the time. And I don't mean you have to get married, but your problem is, the whole thing is when you go with a pity party. You got to learn how to tell the devil enough is enough.
That's right.
Y'all heard co-pastor, and y'all might have not read it, but I heard. She said she kept standing up saying, total. And the devil said, no, it ain't going to be. It could be just scratch. No, it ain't going to be. She kept saying, no, I said total. That's it. You got to learn how to speak these things. Overseer, we have not get where we are letting the devil rule us. You got to rule him. How many know you got to have power to tell him no? You got to have power to say, I'm going to get up this morning. I'm going to church today. I don't care what nobody say. They can look funny. They can look cross-eyed, but I'm going to church today. And after I get there, I'm not just going to be a little wallflower, but I'm going to be active.
That's it.
You got to tell yourself that.
Amen.
That's all right.
Woo! Lord have mercy. The 5th verse, when you get it, Matthew 24:5 is where we want to start to. I had to cover that to let you know that God has blessed us. God has blessed us. Yes, I'm proud. And I don't talk about it a lot, but then I still give God thanks for what he has done for Overseer and Bishop E.L. God has blessed us, even in our older age. And that's the good part, y'all. That's the good part. That's the second. And I'm so proud. That's the second. That's the third, brother. That's the third brand new car that I've had going off the showcase. That's the third. I don't even have a family member that I know of that have pulled a car off. And I'm not bragging. I'm not boasting. Brand spring new.
It's all right. All
It's
right.
a blessing. It's a blessing. It is a blessing. Overseer got up and spoke it. Now she got up and said, y'all don't feel bad when I get my 19. Then I'd have worked on the 19. But the Spirit told her to tell us, the church and all, when I get my 20. And God knows when she did, we worked on the 20.
Amen.
I had 5 people to call me on the 18 or 17 or 19. I said, no, we don't want that. I'm looking at 20. Well, I don't have one. I said, well, I'm sorry for taking your time. I ain't got time to talk to you if you're talking down.
All right.
You're telling me a 17, I'm saying a 20.
All right.
That's 3 years. Come on, y'all.
All right.
Ain't no use in us downgrading ourselves when we can upgrade it.
All right.
There's no use in us giving. He said, ask me anything. Overseer told us here 20.
All right.
Come on now. She said, I pray for y'all. For yours.
Yes.
And God did it. And God knows me and Overseer did. We went in the prayer room every day praying for these matters of y'all.
Amen.
And when God blessed you,
Amen.
then it was time for us to be blessed.
Yeah.
We didn't get envy when you come up and pour it up and we on that level. And you were buying 16 and 18s and 20, almost 20. We didn't get angry.
No.
So you shouldn't get angry when God is blessing us like he is.
That's right.
But if you do get angry, it still don't stop it.
That's right.
So the white Lincoln will be backing in there. Right on with your angriness is not going to eliminate.
All right.
You got to learn how to do what God say do, regardless of what man say. Amen. God has blessed us.
Amen.
He has blessed us and he blessed us abundantly. He blessed Overseer and me. I'm going to tell you one thing. God knows we are some blessed people.
Amen.
But at first I say, when we learn how to follow leadership,
All right.
we're going to find out God is going to do it for us.
All right.
We're going to begin at the 5th verse.
Matthew 24:5.
Yes.
For many shall come in my name, saying, I am Christ, and shall deceive many.
And if people is not deceived, people that you thought was living right is deceiving folks now. The fame of this earth is really taking over. The wealth, the fleshly part of people. That's why God is slowly blessing some people. You know why? Because whenever it happens, they then turns on God. God is blessing some of y'all better than you ever been blessed.
Amen.
You're better on your job.
Amen.
He's giving you more money.
Amen.
God is opening up more doors.
Amen.
You think now, maybe y'all don't see what I'm fixing to say, but I see it. And I should come back and say, yeah, We just let it expire tomorrow.
That's all right.
You tell me that ain't God?
That's God.
And it won't cost you nothing.
Thank you, Lord.
It could have cost her another day.
That's right.
She would have had to pay that day. Maybe y'all don't understand that, but she would have cost. I mean, I'm just trying to tell y'all what God finds favor in you. Did not I tell some of you when y'all come in, don't forget, God got favor for y'all.
That's right.
And sure enough, God had favor for these people. But many, it's what you said, he blessed them, overseer. All ones that God told me to tell them years ago, they are being blessed. They're being blessed. They're being blessed. Lord have mercy. Watch this 6th verse.
And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet.
That's why I know that we're hearing that things are going on, but saints of God, it's not over. That's why this virus is not over. It come here and it'll pop up over there. And then one country will get it. I was coming down 95 today, come here. And I'm going to tell y'all where a lot of this stuff is being transmitted at. Is from disobedient folks. Because I was coming down 95. And I counted 22 cars. Some I passed and some passed me. In every car that I met from Selma to coming off at the exit was out-of-state vehicles. Virginia, Florida, South Carolina, Ohio, Mississippi, all of these cars. So these people is transporting this stuff across the line to us. Y'all see what I'm saying? Because they having to stop for gas. They having to use the facilities. They using bathrooms with us. They pumping gas. And everybody is not cautioned with these things. The same handle they pumping gas with no gloves on, we are handling. Am I making sense to you? I was told, and I thank God for the ushers that we have. They instructed me, and I changed my baby. I got gloves in my car. And when I get ready to get out to pump gas, I stick gloves on my hand.
That's all right.
When I get ready to go to the teller, I put gloves on my hand to handle that cup.
That's all right.
Because I want to let you know, if we can't obey, then this is what you got to look at, y'all. This stuff is not over. Y'all reading it like I'm reading it. Wars and rumors of wars and stuff. It's not over. The end is not yet. We ain't seen the real stuff yet.
That's right.
And what? Nations?
But nation shall rise against nation,
Uh-huh.
and kingdom against kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
And there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in divers places.
Look what happened a week ago. We having storms. They having earthquakes.
That's right.
We having this and tornadoes. Because y'all know the one that was where the trailer park leveled, and they found it. Those was in another pastors from around here. Those were some of their church people. It leveled the whole trailer park. And then we looked over and an earthquake in another area. So saints, God is speaking to our heart, and we get worse and worse and worse. Ain't you? You can even ask people to stand if you need prayer, and they won't even stand for prayer. Can't make people pray if they don't want to pray. You can't make them live right. I found that out in life. Save yourself.
That's right. That's it.
Y'all read it with me that time? Save yourself. Watch this. All of these, that's the 8th verse.
All these are the beginning of sorrow.
Beginning of sorrow. Read.
Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall
Just will not let them come in and destroy you. That's what he's saying. Watch this.
And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another.
They are defended. Do you know I've never seen so many church folks get offended over the truth? You tell them the truth, they get offended. I'll tell you what, and that's why I don't go to church. And the reason I don't go because they throw it. It ain't the matter of throwing, you read it right here. You read it just like I'm reading it. Brother David, if you're in it, you ought not to get offended. It's just get out of it. Quit doing it.
That's it.
If I say lying, you ought not to get offended. I don't know who they're talking about. I'll just tell you one thing. Every time I go to church, it's talking about lying. It's talking about cheating. It's talking about stealing. Well, stop. If you hush, I'll stop talking about it.
Well,
If you ain't guilty, somebody is. But they get offended. Y'all see? And you see what it says? And then shall many be offended and shall betray one another. They get offended. I say something, they get offended. Co-pastor say something, they get offended. Overseer say something, they get offended. But when you say something and offend somebody else, you think that's wrong. Child, they didn't like what I said when you didn't like what they said.
That's it.
Same difference.
That's it.
Same difference. Watch this. Watch this.
And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many.
Many.
And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
Now you know what is coming in this 11th verse. Many false prophets. People telling you that it don't take all that. That's a false prophet. It take all that and some more. Child, you don't need to go to church like that right there. Child, let me tell you one thing. I learned. I studied. I went and I run reference on this thing. That word don't mean that. Yes, that word do mean that. If it tell you don't steal, I don't care what kind of reference you run. I don't care what kind of Bible you get that tell you here steal a little. If it said thou shalt not steal, that means don't steal. You can run it any way you want to. You don't even pick up nobody's bubble gum. If you didn't buy the bubble gum and put it down or ask for it, don't pick it up.
that's right.
Oh, that verse, I hope y'all see it the way I see it. Huh? Read this next and watch this.
But he that shall endure
Unto the
the
end,
same shall be saved.
Mount Calvary is talking to you today. He that endured to the end. Go through this stuff. We everywhere else. I come by the flea market the other day, and God knows the police now is having to guide them in the flea market now, in and out, in and out. And over half of them I see, just driving by, didn't have a mask on. Didn't have a mask on. I went the other day to get overseer and myself some food, but thank God for Bill I was coming out. The lady got there to do it. She see me with my mask on. Guess what she said? Oh, Lord, at first I forgot my mask, but I'm gonna go on in here anyway. And I'm gonna go. And you know what I was saying then? Thanks be to God, I'm coming out. You going in? I done got out. Now if you go in this stroke journey, I ain't got nothing to do with that. I'm out. Because don't you know that if you found out you didn't have a mask on, turn your bottom around, go back to your vehicle, and pick up your mask
That's right. That's right.
and put it on. I do more without mask talking to you all because I'm a distance. But do you not know that when I finish this and go back in I put my mask on, going to my car?
That's it.
I don't want you coughing, and I don't want to cough.
Amen.
Y'all still ain't gonna catch this. My thing is, if you notice, the other day, me and Dominic was out to load, picking up some paint, and got out there, and I got out of the car, got halfway over there, and I told Dominic, I said, uh-oh. But now there's one thing you won't catch him. He will not get out of your vehicle without putting his mask on. He said, Bishop, your mask is left-handed. I said, yeah, it's in the car. I said, do me a favor, go, take this in and go back and get my mask. I'm going to stand right here. I ain't going near them folks. I ain't getting in that bunch until I put my mask on. I said, now we get the two bandits coming in the store. But I wanted you to know that I'm saying that because I want you to know we got to obey the laws of the land. If they say we need to wear them, put them on.
Amen.
Safety. It's not only for your safety, but it's for others' safety. The best one of us is in here. Even Overseer E.J. Covington, our Queen and God servant. When we talk, spit droppings will come out of your mouth. The best. So let them come in your mask. I can understand it. I'm 1,000% in wearing masks. Because let me tell you something. If the governor says we do, then we need to do it. I feel so sorry for those students that's got to go back to school. But they said every one of them will have masks on unless they got to pay. And I don't blame them. I don't fault them. I do not fault them. That's the way of life. That's what you got to learn to do. You got to do it. We got to obey the laws of the land. If they tell me I drive 70 miles an hour, that's all I'm supposed to drive. I ain't supposed to drive 80 and 90. Just because the car will go 80 or 90. And that's our problem. That's a lot of our problem right now. We go our limit and go beyond our limit. Watch this next one.
And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come.
When we all get on one accord, I'm saying this is sin, you saying this is sin, the next preacher saying this is sin. When it gets all over the nation, then God is going to come back. Amen. But right now, I'm saying it's a sin. Overseer saying I don't see it that way. Co-pastor say, well, I ain't never felt that way anyway. Huh? Do y'all see that's what kind of conflict we're running in. And we're running this in church. I don't feel like that in Mount Calvary, we ought to have, we ought not to be Siamese twins, but I don't feel like overseer that we ought to have that big a difference.
That's right.
Huh? If you tell me what somebody's doing is wrong, I ought to get up and say, well, you're right. Even though I might not see it right then like you do, but the other thing, I shouldn't say, well, I don't think that's right, and I don't think you ought to do that. I don't think they should do this. No. Because if you let a baby eat cookies all the time, he'll eat it. He will not eat his vegetables if you will let him eat them. If you do it, all he'll do is eat cookies and get rotten teeth and get some bad bones and all that stuff and get wound up with sugar diabetes. If you allow it to happen, you got to say, no, you won't have no sweets today. That's right. Feed a baby. If you think I'm telling you something wrong, get down, and the average baby will sit there and eat up all the applesauce out of them little jars. But when you get them green beans and them spinach, Some of them babies will spit it out.
Yes, sir.
They don't want it. And overseer, that's the way church folks is. As long as I'm preaching shouting message where they can jump and speak in some, they come out and sing and all that, they good. But if I tell you about your sin, oh, now they meddling now. Yeah, they meddling now. This bishop crossed the line today. I'm going to tell you one thing, he ought not to say that. Well, if I can tell you and preach a shouting message, I ought to be able to preach a hellfire message. To tell you that there is a hell. People don't believe it. You don't see it that way. I don't see it that way. You ain't supposed to see it that way. That's what you got leaders for.
That's right.
That's right.
Huh? But you're supposed to follow the leader. How many know that the average duck will not step out of line? The average duck, if there's a drove of ducks, they will stay in that line. If one duck go to the left, all of them go to the left. And pattern after it, y'all, we got to follow the leader. When therefore, watch this.
When ye therefore shall see the abomination of desolation spoken of by David the prophet, stand in the holy place.
Stand in the holy place.
Whoso readeth, let him understand.
Let him understand. Read.
Then let them which be in Judah flee unto the mountains.
Watch this.
Let him which is on the housetop not come down to take anything out of his house.
In other words, what he's saying right there, y'all, is do not lower your standard for the world. Stay on top. Whatever God say, do it. You won't look it, which I won't expect it. But my thing is, what apply for Brother Billy, apply for Brother David, what apply for Brother David, apply for Bishop E.L. The same thing is not a different thing in church. I don't preach to Brother Billy one way, preach to Brother David another. I'm not saying that I can treat them alike because they all have different personalities. I got to go with him in a different manner, but it's still a word. I can't humble myself down and pity-patty him just because he, Brother Billy, cuts my grass and helps me out. And I sure can't side with Brother David just because he gets under me and do a lot of stuff. I got to tell you wrong.
That's right. That's right.
And that's what we got to do over here. That's why we are making a mess here, is we telling some they're wrong and letting others get by with the mess they're doing. That's what makes them think they're right. You ain't right.
No.
You're wrong. And you're wrong to expect it to happen. Woo! Y'all didn't catch that again. Go back to told y'all. Now watch this. Don't come down. Neither what?
Neither let him which is in the field return back to take.
Don't go back to your old vomit. A lot of these people is going back. Doing things they ain't been doing. That's why they started lying. One time they might tell you a lie once a month or once every 6 months. Now they tell you lies every day. All through the day. You just have become a liar. And a compulsive one. Read, watch this.
And woe unto them that are with child, and to them that give suck in those days.
Watch this.
But pray ye that your flight be not in the winter.
Don't, now this is what I want everybody to know. Pray that God don't come and you and your works is undone. That's what you better pray for. That I'll be ready when he comes. Do y'all know these folks is dying? And a lot of them is dying now, is dying without this COVID virus. There's some people dying, just dying. Unsaved, unholy, and dying. I want mine running to not be in vain. Watch this.
Neither on the Sabbath day. For then shall be great tribulation, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved.
That's it. Read.
But for the elect's sake, those days shall be
shall be short. Read, watch this.
Then if any man shall say unto you, Lo, here is Christ, or there, believe it not.
But don't believe it. Don't believe it. Whenever anybody walk around and tell you anything that this is not wrong, and I done studied this, and I done went and got another Bible, and I done picked this up. No, don't listen to them folks. Don't listen to them folks. Peace breaking is a sin.
Amen.
Lying is a sin. Two-faced is a sin. Backbiting is a sin. Disobedient is a sin. And I could name on and on and on. If it's a sin, don't let nobody tell you that you see different. Because it's not right. It ain't right for you to break peace. Not a member in here should be breaking peace with each other. You shouldn't break peace out there, but you definitely shouldn't break peace with your people that's in there with you. Read, watch this.
For there shall arise false Christ and false prophets,
Yes.
and shall show great signs and wonders.
They will do it right now. Do y'all see that right now? You come over here, child, I'll make you a deacon. You come over here, I'll make you a prophet. You come over here, child, I tell you, you won't be cramped down because I'll put you in the pulpit. And they get in the pulpit over here and falling like flies. Do you know that's a bad place to fall? In the pulpit? It would be better for you to sit in order. And you know, go back to do a lot better falling dead. She don't get his hurt. But if she way up here, and then don't get to the step, but get almost to the step and fall, she gonna get more hurt. Because she falling higher. And that's what you got to look at. Watch this. We're going to soon close this. I know y'all probably getting bored, but you know, you don't read your Bible, so I'm having to read it for you. Watch this.
Insomuch that, if it were possible, they shall deceive the very elect.
They shall deceive you, and they shall fool you. They shall make you think they got it. That's why I tell people whenever you speak in tongues, I don't go for everybody speaking in tongues and then get out and lie. Because you know what? That make you a speaking in tongue liar.
Well,
Read.
behold, I have told you before.
Mm-hmm.
Wherefore, if they shall say unto you, Behold, he is in the desert, go not forth. Behold, he is in the secret chambers, believe it not.
Read.
For as the lightning cometh out of the east, and shineth even into the west, so shall also the coming of the Son of Man be.
Read again, watch.
For wherever the carcass is, there will the eagles be gathered together. Immediately after the tribulation of those days shall the sun be darkened, and the moon shall not give her light, and the stars shall fall from heaven, and the powers of the heaven shall be shaken.
Why y'all think all this thundering now? A lot of times it's thunder and lightning. Last night it was thunder and lightning. I mean, I just knew it was going to fall a flood. But out of all that thunder and lightning, it didn't rain a bit. We didn't get not that I can consider no rain. We didn't get none. But it's thundering and lightning. I'm talking about it was real. I went there and I told she said, ain't that done? I said, yes, ma'am. I said, not only that, it's lightning. You could see it in the windows. Light up, just light up, just light up. I mean, hit with thunder and lightning bad last night. So the Lord was speaking and trying to tell us something. And I want to tell you all, whether y'all believe it or not, and this is why I say, for wherever the carcass is, there will be eagles be gathered together. In other words, you can tell where people is soothing people. Because what they do, they follow. They will leave you and follow them because it's soothing words. Child, you ain't got to worry about it. Child, I'll tell you one thing. If he don't work out, get rid of it. She don't work out, get rid of it. You ain't found nobody to tell you to get rid of nothing like that. You won't get rid of sin. So why in the world should you do that? This is our problem. We is falling for the things of the world. The flesh is really out of control. trying their best to change the real gospel.
Amen.
Somebody the other day says, ministry like we have here, and I know y'all heard it. Y'all heard me and overseers say this before. They said that kind of ministry is soon going to be demolished. And you know what? At one time, I couldn't see what they were saying, but you know what, Brother David? I just about believe that now. It's because I'm telling you what, people is following all kinds of doctrines in other direction. They're telling you you can do this, and child, you can make it to God. God gave me this person. God gave me that person. But later on, I mean, what made you walk away? What made them walk away? So you got to look at two sides of the thing. But he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. If we, Mount Calvary, in our closing, can learn how to follow in God's footsteps, if it was right then, it's right now. We've been here ever since 82, standing on this word.
That's right.
Have not changed 1 inch. And I'm feeling some of you right now thinking, overseer the bishop is too old. This is the millennium. Time to make some changes. I don't have a problem with changing your church, putting out new carpet, putting in new windows. I ain't got a problem with that. But his word is a word that was preached years ago, and it's got to stay the same. We can change the Bible cover, but not the Bible. Y'all see where I'm at now? You change your windows, but you don't have to change the building.
That's right.
But they just too old, and they just ain't thinking, because I'm gonna tell you, it's a new generation. Yes, I agree. I'm not dumb and stupid. I agree. I even look at that Lincoln of overseeing myself. I look at that car out, and technician and technologies is so powerful now. You use your phone to do everything. You take your phone and open your house door. You open your phone, open your car door. You take your phone and crank your car. You almost take your phone and run the car. That's technology. But still, out of all of that, if that computer system go out, you got to go back to a written manual to put it back together like it should be. I agree. My family told me this. And y'all know how I am. I used to didn't listen a lot, but now I listen more than y'all think I do. And they told me this. They said, whatever you do, something don't you touch. Just do it. Just run it like it's running. Because you can lock up. One little switch and lock up. Now, I've been there. The reason I'm telling y'all this, I've been there. I did my phone like that. I did my computer like that. And let me tell y'all what I did. And I paid for it. I paid for it, Sierra. I paid for it. I got to delete stuff on my computer. I just got deleted. And I messed around and went into the main thing and deleted some of them, and I didn't know it. And the minute I cut it off and cut it back on, I did not, I had a frame, but I did not have a computer operator. So what I did, I picked it up, unplugged it, and I took off the Zelda. And I told him, and he laughed. He said, I know what you did. He said, you deleted the open programs that opens it up and runs it. And he carried me down the line. He said, these here never delete. So what I do now, I leave my computer alone. and just working. They told me, even Elder Lim, they said, now this is high tech, Bishop. Don't bother if you don't know about it. So what I've been doing, I've been just driving. I don't bother nothing. I called Red. I said, Red, I said, I need you to put my contacts in the car. Red got in there and put them in about, I would say 10 minutes, which would have took me 10 days. He did it in 10 minutes. Well, Sierra and Belinda the other day was trying to get things on my phone to work the car. And they communicated with each other and all this stuff. And I'm trying to listen and trying to do it. And she took from where she was, she put it in no time over the telephone. Over the telephone. I love y'all. I'm going to have to keep y'all overseas. We need to be honest with each other. I'm going to keep y'all around me because I need y'all and y'all need us for wisdom. We need y'all for technology, but y'all, come on now, younger people, we need y'all and y'all need us. Do you know I ain't never going to think that I don't need y'all? And I want y'all to feel that way about us. We never going to be without overseer the bishop.
That's right.
We always going to need their wisdom.
Right.
I'm going to need your hand, but you still need our brain.
That's right.
Am I making sense?
That's it.
For things we can guide each other. The Bible says you can be helpful one to another. And her and Elder Belinda did it in no time. Did it in no time. That's all right. Did it in no time. Run into some tight spot. And all she asked, she said, well, take a picture, let me see the phone. Took a picture. She said, oh, Lord Jesus, it ain't, I'll get it. And in about 3 minutes, click. I said, it's in. Just looking at the phone, she could tell you what to do with it. My thing is, don't ever think you don't need us. And never do we think we don't need you. Because we supposed to be helpers one to another. I need your young brains, and y'all need our own wisdom. That will make the church overseer go on. If we can have old and young mixed together, we can move the church. Let me use your wisdom. I even asked Brother Billy in the house, I said, you do yard work, you tell me how I should do my job. And he went there and laid it out. Brother Billy, Peacock, went and laid out his young brain. And him and the young ones come there and made it possible. And when I can get my mushroom paint, I knew they knew that was coming. I'll be in business. We love the Lord. We love y'all. I need y'all. Y'all